right, what is going on, everybody? We are back for another night of Nemesis Gaming League action, and I am once again Rocker Man. I guess I'm always Rocker Man, but once again I am Rocker Man. I am joined by Jaegers. Jaegers, what's going on, man?
Doing all right, Rocketman. Excited to get these players of the week underway.
Oh yeah, that is true. I am excited as well. We got to get to those first before we can get to our first matchup of the night, Genesis versus Whelps, the first viewer voted matchup of the night as well. We'll begin to that in just a moment. But first, I guess we will kick it right off with the players of the week. We're going to kind of go through these relatively quickly. So let's kick things off in the Novice League. And Jaegers, what can you tell us about some of these Novice League players here?
This was a tight race between novice with Kaysen averaging a score of 609, Rhodey averaging like 1 goal a game, which is almost ridiculous, and 1.62 saves a game. It was a close race for novice player of the week, in my opinion.
It was definitely pretty close here for novice, but I got to give a couple of shout outs here. A couple close contenders here. Derplin Berlick. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. From the Vikings. He was up there. Oxy Drip also there. Let's see. Rusty Coutarded Forza Blade, who we'll actually see tonight on Genesis. He's up on this list as well. But the player of the week for the Novice League is going to go to Rhodey, averaging over a goal per game and over, like Jaeger said, 1.62 saves per game. So congratulations to Rhodey. He is the Novice player of the week. Big congratulations to him. And yeah, let's move right along here, Jaegers. This is your league. You know about the Prospect League. So what can you tell us? Maybe some insight on some of the players this week, and then what you see on the list here.
Well, I see. First of all, on the list, I see Toby Taj, who had a win percentage of 60%, average over 1 goal a game. It's pretty lit. And I gotta also have a shout out to my teammate Pygo, Pie Goat as they call him. 6 games, 6-0 win record. Man's just built different.
He is built different, and in fact, he is the player of the week for this week. Pygoat from Origin, averaging nearly a goal per game, 2.5 saves a game, and the 6-0 win record. Origin's on a little bit of a tear with the. You guys just picked up your third sweep of the in a row, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So congrats to Pygoat or Pygo. He is going to take home the Prospect Player of the Week for week number 3, and then we'll move right along into the Challenger League. And I guess I'll take the reins on this one for Challenger League, being the resident Challenger expert here. So taking a look on the list here, this one actually had a little bit of contentious debate in the management chat when we were talking about this one. But there are a lot of great players on this list. Got to give a couple of quick shout outs to Flip Cruel, Kinetic, It's Nate. From Venom, Case. Let's see who else is here. Kino's on the list. Counter 7, Green Glow making the list. My teammate there. Cardboard Box also on the list. But after some close debate, it's Nate versus Wolfie here. The player of the week is going to go to Wolfie from the Bishops, taking home the Sexy Player of the Week award. Congratulations to him for the Challenger Player of the Week.
Next up, we're going to go to the Rival League. There's a lot of good contenders here. Right off the bat, I see Bubs, who kind of popped off in the game last season. I think it was for Whiteout. I'm not too sure. Also, we have Mechanical God Zerf on Undefeated Hydra. Astronistic is also another name that I noticed that I'm familiar with. But it looks like we're going to have to go with Zerf winning Player of the Week this week in the Rival League. Well deserved.
Yeah, well, Hydra, they've been popping off as of recent. Zerf, he's definitely been the man. We saw him in the series they played the other night on Saturday Night Rocket League. He definitely popped off. He's averaging, or this week, he popped up with 1.43 goals per game. So the man was just pouring them all in, over a save per game and nearly an assist per game as well. So he almost went for the triple ones there. So congratulations to Zerf, Rival League Player of the Week. And then last but not least, let's head to the Titan League and take a look at the Titan League here. This one was another interesting debate. Got to give a couple of shout outs to some people on the list. Bubbly Reaper making the list. Caden, Brandon on the board here. Poods 4. also on the list. This kind of came down to three people. We eventually narrowed it down. Dylan definitely popped off this week, and obviously Gravity. They've been popping off as Dylan averaging, like we talked about, that triple ones there. He had a one goal per game, one assist per game, one save per game, but he in fact didn't even win the Player of the Week. It came down to a Sky from Pinnacle, who was definitely a great contender, 558 average score per game. And then it came down to him versus Yor, and Yor is going to get the nod here for Player of the Week. Congratulations to him. It was a close one, but Yor, 2 goals per game, 1.43 assists, and nearly a save per game as well. Yor is taking home the Titan League Player of the Week, so big congratulations to him, and congratulations to all the players of the week for week number 3. As always, we'll be announcing week 4 players of the week next Monday, so make sure to pop off in those series. I want to see Jaegers. I want to see you on the list here next week, Jaegers. All right.
Oh, I wish I was there this week. Next week I'm going to be there for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll have to keep our eyes open. But yeah, let's get right into this matchup now, as we're right on time here. Perfect. That is what we like to see. Right on time for this matchup. Genesis taking on the Whelps. You guys can get your predictions in the chat. Still 6 minutes to bet your channel points right now. It looks like Whelps have 10K going their way and 8K towards Genesis. So get those channel point predictions in. If you get it correct, you can definitely win some more channel points to use for, I don't know, more betting or whatever you like. But Jaegers, these two teams have been really solid. 2 of the top teams in the Novice League this season. The Whelps undefeated 6-0, and Genesis has been really solid in that Eastern Conference. What are you looking forward to in this one tonight?
I'm looking forward to a banging series between 2 of the top teams in Novice. Whelps are 6-0, and Genesis not too far behind at 4-2. Should be a top-tier matchup whenever it comes to Novice League. Look for plays from Magic Pepperoni and Forza on the side of Genesis. And Whelps have some good players themselves.
Yeah, Kesin was popping off. We talked about him on the Player of the Week list briefly. Unfortunately, he didn't meet the minimum games requirements, but he still popped off in the one series that he did have, that he did play in. But yeah, we also talked about Forza Blade. He's definitely a Player of the Week contender. He's actually one Player of the Week. I believe that was from week 1. So he's a high flying contender as well in this one, and it'll be interesting to see. Genesis, Jaegers, they've gone 4 straight game 5s. Has Genesis versus Vikings, Wisp, Diffusion, and Ignite all going to game 5. They won 2 and they lost 2. Started out the season 3-0, and the Whelps, on the other hand, they've had a couple of forfeit wins. They had 2 forfeit wins, but they've still been able to win out so far. So, Jaegers, I'm gonna bring it to you while we get everybody joined up in the lobby. Who are you taking? Who are you taking this matchup? Who's winning it?
Oh man, this is gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to go with Genesis on this one. I don't know. I just got a feeling.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see if your feeling's correct. We'll have to see here as you guys. We're gonna lock those predictions in, and we'll have to see what we can do here. So, Genesis versus Whelps. Let's get this one underway here as we head into game number 1. Genesis hanging out in the blue with Forza Blade, Magic Pepperoni, and Zeverns, and then the Whelps on the other end with Shubs, Snowy Wolf, and Kesin. As now Magic Pepperoni gonna try to start this one off here with Shubs with a high clear. Forza Blade gonna stop it in the midfield, but Kesin gonna take it by 1, looking for another touch, can't find it this time though. As a shot going towards the net, Shubs forced to retreat. He makes a great save, and nice defense from Shubs there. Able to get that one out as Snowy Wolf trying to send it down. And Jaegers, I'm always curious here, especially on stream, who's going to start off with the first goal as that one's going towards the net. Kesin with a great save. And so far, Origin just pounding the pressure as another shot comes out. Some great pressure there from them early here, but unable to break through quite yet.
No, Whelps just need to get out of their defensive half. Genesis just keep hammering it home on Whelps' side, and Whelps don't have enough time to react. They're barely they're diving for the ball, and Genesis just needs to keep up the pressure.
Yeah, so far so good for Genesis, but the Whelps are striking back here with a shot of their own. Their first shot of the game here as this one's heading right back towards the net. Dangerous, and it's going to go in. Snowy Wolf snipes it top shelf. They're able to send it home, and Whelps take the first goal.
No, Snowy Wolf's just gonna bang this one top shelf, and Genesis didn't really have enough time to react. Zevern's got close there, but a little too slow for the ball.
Yeah, unable to make the touch there, so Whelps are going to go on top. The first goal of this one. Now Genesis going to be looking to try to find an answer. They had some good pressure early, but we're gonna have to see what they can answer back with here as the Whelps clearing it to the corner. Kezin able to stay with it, beating out Forza. It's Kezin going for the ceiling shot there. Magic Pepperoni shut that one down. As now Chubb's looking for an opportunity. A little bit of double commit from Genesis, but not going to hurt him this time as Forza. He's taking it by one. Could be a one-on-one opportunity. He's going to pick up the boost. Trying to find a teammate. Passed over to Magic Pepperoni and almost able to put it home. But that's some good awareness from the Genesis boys here in the Novice League, finding those passing plays. Usually, Jaegers, we see passing plays come out at a higher level than Novice, but that's a good sign if you're a Genesis fan.
No, that was just a beautiful flick by Forza, and Magic Pepperoni just wasn't there in time. Would have been an absolute banger of a goal, though.
Yeah, it would have been, but unfortunately, unable to connect is now the Whelps have an opportunity. The net's wide open. Chubb's trying to get in the middle, but Forza Blade's harassing, and Kezin is just going to take it slow and put it in, and the Whelps 2-0 here.
No, Genesis was just kind of. They accidentally double committed and missed the ball, Forza and Zeverns, and KSN just was able to bang the dangerous pass in.
Yeah, now 2-0 in this one. The Whelps starting out here strong. It seemed like Genesis had the early pressure, but the Whelps defense very strong with 5 saves already. As another one going towards net. Forza Blade taking his time, but Kazin gonna send it over as now Magic into the middle. Snowy Wolf able to get a touch, looking to bang it down. This one could be dangerous. It's going towards the net, and a booming clear is just gonna go home. Snowy Wolf puts it in, and it's 3-0 for the Whelps.
No, Snowy Wolf just one step closer to a half trick at this point, and Genesis just didn't leave enough people back post, and Snowy Wolf was able to bang the long ball in.
Yeah, a nice booming clear there, as that one is going to head in the net. Now 3-0 here in game number 1. Is this one sent off to the side? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was about to say, like, Genesis keeps on the attack, but Whelps are just able to counterattack and making Genesis punish.
Yeah, they've been able to capitalize on their opportunities. Only 4 shots, but 3 goals. That just goes to show you that their opportunities are great. As another one coming out here, Chubbs towards the middle. Zeverns has to make the touch and puts it away to the side. Now Kazin trying to get it out, but this one sent back in. Snowy Wolf popping it up high. Could be dangerous, but Forza with the nice clear. And now Jaegers, only a minute 20 left in game 1. Obviously, you don't want to go down super early in this series. How is Genesis going to get back and maybe pull this one into at least an overtime or find at least a goal here?
Well, I don't want to say this, but it's not looking like they're going to be able to bring this into overtime with just a minute left, down 3-0. They're keeping up the pressure. And right as I say that, Magic Pepperoni is just going to dunk the defense, turn around, and just slot it in.
The caster curse coming out there is Magic just coming off the wall, absolutely dunking out the defenders, able to put that one in. A great play from him. And yeah, now there's a little bit of a chance here. Jaegers still a minute remaining, only down by 2.
Now it's looking a little bit more feasible. Genesis just need to keep up the pressure and not let an easy goal in.
Yeah, they had the pressure early on. Able to find one there, but can they pull it back, or will the Whelps defense be too strong to handle here? Is this one sent off the backboard? Kazin gonna find the block. This one out to the corner. Magic off the backboard. This one popping up high. Genesis opportunity here. A shot towards the net. Not going to go. Zeverns almost able to put it home. And now the Whelps back again on their counterattack. Chubbs over the top of the defender. He puts it in. A nice shot from him. And they're right back to a 3-goal lead.
No, Genesis had a chance. They're back down 4 goals to 1. And their offense is looking decent. They just need to hit more shots on target and kind of shore up that defense a little bit.
Yeah, the defense has been a little bit lacking here from Genesis, but it has been some great offense from the Whelps on the counters. As now, final 30 seconds here of game one. This ball sent up in the middle. Opportunity there. Great pass, and Kezin's going to put it in. Oh my goodness, what a play there for the Whelps.
No, what a pass by Chubbs, just popping it up, and KSN just banging it home top left corner. Left Genesis wanting there.
Yeah, that was a great play there. We talked about the passing plays and how they can be hard to find in Novice. There was a great one right there. And the Whelps really trying to assert themselves here in game number one. As Genesis now really going to have to regroup and look for some answers here. As Kazin back in the middle. This one heading towards the net. Genesis forced a retreat for it, but Snowy Wolf going to pay off the double commit, and the Whelps are running away with this game one.
Snowy just finishing off the hat trick there. 6-1. Genesis is going instead like focusing on the next match and just trying not to get Braziled here.
Yeah, there's only 8 seconds. Gotta avoid the Brazil for sure. If you're Genesis, the Whelps are just putting on a clinic here with their goals. As now this ball into the corner, last chance here. Maybe Genesis can find one more, but not going to happen this time, as the Whelps are going to come out strong here. A great first game for them, and they're going to take it home.
No, Whelps played unbelievable in that first game, and they're really showing off why they're number one on the power ranking.
Yeah, undefeated up until this point, and that's just, Jaegers, that's just a really good way to start out the series. It seemed like, with all the shots that were going down in the first minute or so, it seemed like Genesis might be able to break through, but the Whelps, they held strong. Great defense from them, and they came back with some solid counterattacks and really kind of took it to them.
Well, Genesis and Whelps just had they had the same amount of shots on target, both registering 7. The difference is the Whelps came out of that with 6 saves as opposed to Genesis's 2. And Genesis, the main problem it's looking like is they just need to shore up their defense. They're able to equal Whelps in offense, but their defense is looking a little sus.
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle on the defensive end, and we'll have to see what they can do here as we now head into game number 2. Very crucial game for sure for Genesis and for Whelps. You gotta get that 2-goal or the 2-0 series lead if you can. In this one, and Whelps, if they can keep up their performance, Jaegers, it might be hard for Genesis to beat them. I know we talked about they have to shore up the defense, but is there anything else they can do that you can think of to try to get the lead here and take a game back?
They honestly, I'd just start demoing at this point. Just mess up the rotations a little bit for the Whelp side and just kind of make sure you get your shots on target. They're doing a great job passing, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't expect to see passes at this level.
Yeah, it's not necessarily always expected from the novices to hit some good passing plays, but sometimes they can surprise us here. You're playing in a competitive league for a reason, so these guys are going to be trying their best to hit those. And something to note here, Jaegers, I was reading the Genesis comms from earlier in this game, and Captain Magic Pepperoni said he wanted to try some different lineups here and try to get everyone involved. As a shot from Chubbs is going to go into the aerial. Don't even get to complete my thought, but Oni's now in the game. Doesn't matter. Whelps take the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Snowy Wolf just bounces it off the ceiling, and Chubbs is there with the ceiling read to bang it home. Genesis may have changed the lineup, but they still need to get it together.
Yeah, quick early goal here. I was going to mention Zeverns is now out, and they're putting Oni in, trying to switch things around a little bit, which, there's a lot of time, maybe Genesis, and I think this is a good thing for a lot of teams, Jaegers, is early on in the season, try to find the lineup that works best for you, especially against another top tier team like the Whelps.
Oh, no, for sure. It's still early in the season, and you're still looking for your best lineup. You want to switch it around because sometimes whenever you play some of the easier teams, your view on how the lineup should be, as Kaysen is just going to put another one top right corner.
Yeah, another great shot here. Genesis just no answer to get out of their zone. The Whelps find another one. Kaysen putting it home, and yes, already 2-0. The Whelps are just looking really, really solid right now, Jaegers.
No, they really are, and Genesis just looks like they don't have an answer to the Whelps attacks.
Yeah, really nothing so far. Only one shot, obviously only a minute in, but the defense has been a little bit, a little bit of a struggle here. Is Snowy Wolf off the sidewall shot opportunity. Kaysen can't find the open net that time. And now Magic sending it down, looking for the double tap, but can't quite find it there. And now Genesis really looking for an opportunity here. First real pressure of the game for them. First real pressure in quite some time as they're putting it towards the net. Forza is blocked out in the midfield. As this one's sent back down towards the net. Genesis forced to retreat. Oni going to clear it out. As now this one heading in the corner. Oni going to pop it by one, but right to Kazin, who's able to find the touch. As Magic Pepperoni trying to get the block. A little bit of a double commit. This one still goes up high. Forza Blade going to beat him to it. Is now Genesis starting to get on the attack here. This ball in the middle could be an opportunity, but Magic, he can't quite hit the shot as Genesis. They've finally been able to break out here for a moment, but unable to even register a shot there, Jaegers, despite a little bit more of the pressure coming out.
No, I know. It just looks like Genesis isn't playing confident at the moment. And double committing, not hesitating on the balls, not sure whether or not to go. And Whelps are just going full send right now.
Yeah, and that's how you got to do it sometimes. Just go off as Oni is going to get the redirect. Oh my goodness, what a touch from Oni, able to send it home and cut this deficit in half.
Snowy Wolf just hits the shot off the backboard. Then it just allows Magic Pepperoni to hit forward. Oni, a little doink there, and Genesis are back in this game with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Yeah, despite not really registering any more pressure, a nice little outlet pass and a nice redirect from Oni is putting them right back in this ball game as they look to tie up this series in game number 2. This ball sent up high. Forza on the catch. Gonna block this one up in the midfield. Oni now able to clear it out. Kazin with a block in the midfield. This ball is up in the middle. Forza Blade sending it towards the net. It's floating there. Kazin gonna find a nice touch though. Able to clear it away, but it's right back in. Magic Pepperoni, Forza Blade trying to get to, but Chubbs on the defense. And that's what we saw in game 1, Jaegers. That Whelps defense is so solid there, able to clear another ball away.
No, it is. It was dangerous for a second, but if Genesis isn't able to capitalize in that second, Whelps are going to shore it up.
Yeah, they've been really solid on the defense so far. As this one popped up high, Chubbs is going to have to make a touch, and he does. A great clear out from him. He sends it down. Forza Blade, last man back after the demo. He's going to take it by one. Now with an opportunity, he's going to try to flick it high. Right over Snowy with Magic Pepperoni. Able to send it right back in. This ball off the wall could be a shot opportunity off the backboard. Dangerous ball here. Forza is going to come through with the dunk despite Kazen's best efforts there, and we're tied up at 2.
Magic Pepperoni's going to hit it off backboard, and Kazen's just going to go for the 50, and Forza is just going to muscle his way on through to the goal.
And that's what we've seen so far from Forza Blade this season. He is definitely a goal scorer. And he's able to shore one up there. Is this one towards the net, just a little bit wide. Magic Pepperoni trying to get something going off the kickoff. But now Genesis has a little bit of something to say in this game as they send another one towards the net. Now Chubbs blocked in the midfield by Magic. This one in front of the net. Kazin to Chubbs. Who's going to find a touch there? Oni, good patience from him. He sent this one up. Send it towards the backboard. Looking for the double tap. Going to block it down, though, as Forza sends it across, but right to Chubbs, who bangs it down. Magic trying to find his read, but it pops up high. Could be dangerous here. Snowy Wolf trying to get to it, but can't find a touch. Chubbs coming in, denied away. This ball cleared out now is Oni. Able to send it away, but final 30 seconds here. As Genesis sending one towards the net there. Off the backboard, Forza Blade coming in with the follow. A great play from him. And 3 unanswered goals from Genesis. Give him the lead with only 34 seconds remaining.
Chubb's just going to have a mistouch to Forza. Forza's just going to bang off the backboard and followed up for the easy shot. And this is the first lead that Genesis has had this series.
Yeah, they're able to find it here in game 2. Definitely a crucial one here. Is this one sent back towards the net? Oni picking up the savior medal. Could have been dangerous there, but fortunately, the EU main is back. Able to get the save. Now Magic Pepperoni send this one up high. Final 20 seconds here for the Whelps. Still a lot of time for them. They have 8 shots. Looking for a 9th one there, but it's going to go just wide. Almost an opportunity. Forza Blade happy to waste the time away as he sends this one just slowly lofting towards the net. He's looking for the follow, just pops it up high, wasting away precious seconds here. And last chance for the Whelps, but Forza Blade says no more of that. He denies it, and Genesis come back from a 2-goal deficit there, able to take the win, and we've got a tied series on our hands.
No, we have ourselves a series. After that first game, Genesis losing 6-1, you weren't sure if Genesis could hang, and then Down 2-0 early, Genesis just pulling it back, scoring 3 goals in a row to win the game.
Yeah, and Jaegers, that was one of those things where it looked like for a moment there the series seemed like it might have gotten out of hand if if Whelps could have got one more goal, it could have been a completely different series. But Genesis, some great resolve after like you said, getting blown out in the first game and going down 2-0 right in the very first minute of the second game, and they showed a lot of resolve there to up, and now we've got a tie series heading into game number 3.
No, I mean losing a game 6-1 in the first series in your your second series on stream. Regardless, going down 6-1's like hard to come back from, just like mentally.
It
And
definitely takes a
Genesis,
hit.
Genesis was able to do that there.
Yeah, they definitely were able to come back, but the Whelps, they definitely put up a fight on defense despite Genesis really coming strong there. So we're gonna have to see here now. So we head to game number 3. Looks like Genesis here, Jaegers, they're gonna stick with their lineup that they ran last game where they would pick up the victory.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's true. They were able to pull one out, just testing to see what's gonna happen. And now as we head into game number 3, the Whelps going to have to look for an answer here. Kazan going to be the one to start it off here. He puts in another one, and the Whelps, the third game in a row, with the first goal of the game.
No, Jeff's just looking a little confused to start the game, kind of falling over on top of each other. Kaysen's just going to put it wide right. Oh, excuse me, right side of the goal.
Yeah, able to put that one in. Definitely expect him. He is the man for the Whelps here. So he's able to put it in, but a little bit of a double commit there could lead to an opportunity as Genesis now, they're all bunched up here. Forza Blade not able to make the touch. And this one's sent away to the side. Snowy Wolf looking for the ceiling shot there, but can't connect. Kazan's also jumping for that one. Is this one heading towards the net? Forza Blade, though, able to send it down, looking for the follow now as he's bumped out of the way by Kazan. Snowy Wolf sending it up high. Off the corner, Oni, he's going to find a double tap there, but not going to go on net this time. It's Forza Blade trying to get to it, but not this time. Oni, away to the side. Snowy Wolf looking to give chase for it. Pops it up high, but unable to follow as Oni coming in strong, able to clear this one out. And Kazan back down. And things have settled down here a little bit, Jaegers, in the first minute. Almost a little bit like game number 2 that we just saw, where Whelps putting on a lot of pressure early, and then Genesis kind of held back down. This time it's only a 1-0 lead for the Whelps.
No, yeah, but one thing I'm noticing is a lot of double commits happening in this one. Like even the Whelps as well, double committing in the air, and just lucky enough that Genesis wasn't able to shoot as Kaysen is going to come in and put another one in, his second goal of the game.
Chubb's just setting this one up. Genesis just kind of all out of sorts, and Kazan, it might have been actually saved by Snowy Wolf. Unfortunately, it's going to fall off the defender. And the Whelps, a 2-0 lead here, just like we saw in game number 2. And now Genesis, once again, stuck in a hole here. Jaeger's going to have to fight out and try to find some offense.
No, it's always hard coming back from a deficit, especially a 2-0 one. But still plenty of time left on the board. All they need to do is short their rotations and just finding the back of the net.
Yeah, they're going to have to get out on offense here as they're trying right now. This one popped up. Oni going to make a touch, but not a great one. As Chubb's able to send it down. Chubb's on the dribble, going to pick up that boost. Trying to 50 it through. Could be a shot opportunity. Kazan coming in with the hat trick. He sends another one home, and it's 3-0 now for the Whelps.
No, Chubb's just going to go by one defender, 50 another, and lay off the beautiful pass for Kaysen. And no one home. One of the Genesis players got close, but it was a little late on the back post.
Yeah, and that's what happens. A little bit of misrotation there. And the Whelps are going to make you pay for sure. As this one almost got real dangerous as the Whelps run into each other a little bit. Chubb's going to drop it down, but it's right to Oni, who pops it up high. Dangerous ball. Kazan and Snowy Wolf are there. A little bit of a double commit, but for the moment it's going to pop out. As this one sent back in, Oni dive into it. Able to block it across. Kazan now setting it up. Two of the Whelps players are going to challenge for that one. It's going to leave a 3-on-1. Kazan last man back. Oni off the backboard. Opportunity here. It denied a Kazan save. Oh my goodness. I don't know how he saved that, Jaegers. He just jumped right in the way and denied the 3-on-1 opportunity.
Man must be a ones main. That's all I could say about that. What a beautiful save.
Yeah, perfect positioning from Kazin as the last man back, able to find the save as this one. He's looking for a double tap. Oh my
Oh my
goodness,
goodness.
Kazin. Wow, that's something you see in Novice League every day as he puts that one up.
Man put the team on his back and it looked like a triple tap for Kazin. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, that was a huge play. Kazin really showing up, and he's got 4 goals in this one. And it's all that they've needed so far. He's been the difference for sure in this one. As now Genesis, 2 minutes remaining here in game number 3. Still a tied series. But not there. That one, Kazin's going to get credit, but a huge mistake from Genesis. A lot of panic there.
No, Magic Pepperoni and Forza look like they both expect each other to go for it, and then just I forget the word, but just a lot of faults there. It's a whole team miss.
Yeah, definitely a huge mistake from Genesis. As now they, with a 5-goal deficit, it's looking a lot like game number 1. They showed they can bounce back, but Jaegers, it's almost that time again where they're gonna have to start looking for game number 4 and hoping to fight back there.
No, like down 5-0 with a minute 30 left. They have to start looking towards the next game and get their comms down.
Yeah, gonna see if they can get it down, get this communication, and rebuild their confidence, which appears to have been shaken by a huge performance from Kazin. And Snowy Wolf is gonna put one in. Chubbs picking up the playmaker, and the Whelps 6-0 now, and it's almost a repeat of game 1 right here.
Chubbs with just a beautiful pass and right to Snowy Wolf, and he's just gonna find the right side of the net. And it looks like Genesis doesn't have an answer to the Whelps right now.
Yeah, they really don't, as the Whelps are just putting everything towards the net. Forza Blade has to make a last-ditch effort, and the Whelps, they are just pouring it on right here. It's a 9th shot from Kazin's going to go on the net, but it's just a huge performance from them. 13 shots, and despite everything, Jaegers, there's 13 shots out for the Whelps, but Genesis here, they've got 8 saves in this one, so they've been there on defense for the most part. But this one, heading back, Forza has to get back to it. He does. But Genesis, they've been trying their best. They've been getting these saves, but just so much unrelenting pressure from the Whelps in this game number 3.
No, I know. Genesis finally doing work on defense, but like anyone with that amount of pressure has to give in at least once. And so they just need to find a way to get on offense, be it dribbling it out or just banging it forward. They need to change something up.
Yeah, they haven't been able to do anything in this game, as it's a 6-0 deficit, as all 3 of the Genesis players going to pick up a savior medal. But unfortunately, despite their heroics, they're down 6-0 here in this game number 3, and they're going to be down 2-1 in the series, as the Whelps, another huge game from them, as they're able to take it, and they are now 1 win away from improving to 7-0.
That game, Kaysen had a score of 946, 5 goals, and the man shot 10 shots on target. That's just kind of insane to me. It looks like the strategy for now would have to be like finding bumps on Kaysen to kind of get him out of his groove, because like that man's just on another level right now.
Yeah, and looking at the shots again, 14 shots for the Whelps and only 2. Genesis had 2 shots in that one, and you're not going to win many games, if any games, with only 2 shots, Jaegers. Like we said, they need to get out on the offense, and I think you might be right. I think some bumps on Kaysen could definitely be in order. He's very, very clearly their carry in this one.
Oh my, just a repeat of game 1 almost, and we're gonna have to see if Genesis is gonna bounce back this one.
Something else to wonder here is, what's the lineup gonna be? I see they've got all the people back in their comms, probably discussing about what lineup they're gonna run. What are you thinking here, Jaegers, as they're getting joined up here?
I'm not sure, as the third player has yet to join. It looks like Magic Pepperoni is going to sub himself out, and they're going to try with the lineup they haven't tried yet.
All right, so they're switching it up for game 4, as they've done after every loss. Just swap the lineup if they lose. just trying to get some feels out here. Can Zeverns come back in and make an impact? He's trying here early as he puts 2 defenders out of position. This one's up. Oni looking for a shot towards Nemesis. Gonna make the save away. As Forza Blade trying to find the touch. This ball dangerous in the middle. Chubbs gonna send it down. Zeverns with a nice block. So now this one up. Kazin towards the backboard. Oni gonna have to make the save. It's still dangerous as a bump from Kazin comes out. Snowy Wolf towards the net, but Forza Blade makes the save. The Whelps, they're back on the pressure, and it's gonna go in. Snowy Wolf sends it home, and the Whelps, again, just so much pressure.
No, it's been the same way every game. Genesis have started out on the attack, and then probably around the half-minute mark, Whelps just turn it around, and it looks like Genesis got caught on the back burners there and were falling over each other.
Yeah, and we've seen that quite a few times now, is Genesis just unable to get those rotations down. And it's definitely has cost them here so far in this series. Is now, again, they're down 1-0 here in game number 4. This ball sent up high. Zeverns trying to find the touch, can't get it this time. Forza Blade can help bail his teammates out. As the Whelps still putting on the pressure. Nobody challenging from Genesis. This ball just goes off the backboard. Oni, he's going to be the first one to it. Able to send it out as this ball popping up high. Oni towards the net, but Kazin just waiting perfectly for it. Zeverns towards the side while Chubbs on the catch, going to flick it by 1, looking to take it by a 2nd. He does. Chubbs, can he finish off the solo play? He's hunting for the demo. He's going to find it, but not going to go quite yet. Snowy Wolf looking to pay him off, and he does. Oh my goodness, what a play there from the Whelps.
What a play by Chubbs, flicking it past one man, flicking it past the other. Knows he's not going to get the third flick, so he just goes for the demo, leaving it open for Snowy Wolf to slide it in.
Wow, just a huge play from Chubbs. We talked a lot about Kazin, but it's Snowy Wolf and Chubbs stepping up in this one. In game number 4 is now 2-0 for the Whelps. Kazin with a nice backboard clear. As Forza Blade unable to make the touch, Oni gonna have to push it out. This ball in the midfield, Chubbs just gonna send it by a defender. And to me, Jaegers, what I've noticed in the last little bit here is it just seems like Whelps are just so much faster right now. They're the first to every ball and the first chasing after pretty much every touch here.
No, it definitely looks like that. And I feel like that could just be chalked up to playing together. You know, like, I'm not sure how often Genesis plays together, but it looks like Whelps have been putting in the time and just getting to know each other and how each other rotate.
Yeah, they definitely have the chemistry working so far as they're up 2-0 here in game number 4, looking to close off this series with a 3-1 victory. But still a lot of time for Genesis to fight back. We've seen them come back before. We saw it in game number 2. Can we see it in game number 4? Is this one super dangerous? Just dribbling it across his own net. Forza Blade almost left in no man's land, but sets up a goal and the Whelps capitalize.
No, I mean, Forza Blade's just going to hit it across, and normally at that point, someone needs to rotate back post, and then Forza just needs to leave it for him to bang it out. But unfortunately, no one was there, and that's just an easy shot for Whelps.
Yeah, the Whelps, they even sold out their entire team there as Oni is trying for the ceiling shot, almost hit it off the backboard there. But now it's going to put his team in an awkward position as they're forced to come back on defense. This ball sent out. Snowy Wolf just taking it back to his corner, playing the possession game, trying to get it by Forza. He does, looking for the follow now. Gonna demo on Zeverns as Chubbs just first one to it, able to send it down. Forza to the corner. This ball sent out and popped up in the midfield. Kazin looking for something here, and Genesis still only sitting at 3 shots in this one, Jaegers. They have to find some way, somehow, to get more pressure. Do you have any idea what they can do here?
Honestly, they just need to start pushing all 3 up. You know, like, you have nothing to lose. At this point, as Oni is going to bang one home almost right in time as, like, time is ticking away and starting off the comeback there.
Yeah, they needed that answer, and Oni coming up huge. And could we be seeing another Game 2 repeat? Genesis was down 2-0 in that one and came all the way back to win it 3-2 in regulation. But they're going to have to find another answer. Is that one? Oh my goodness, almost sniped the bottom corner from Chubbs. But not going to go this time as Oni trying to get out to it. Still a minute 30 remaining. The Whelps looking for another security goal. Is this one sent out? Oh my goodness, Kazin to Snowy Wolf. My goodness, what a passing play. And it's almost impossible to defend that.
Jason's just going to drop it down to Snowy Wolf, and then Snowy Wolf is just going to have the easy top shelf shot. Snowy Wolf coming in with 4 goals this game.
I don't know. Maybe they took a little bit to heart there about what we said about how Kazan was the carry. Is Snowy Wolf? He's coming back with 4 more goals of his own, and he's definitely stepped up huge in this game 4 when they needed him.
No, he really has. And at this point, I feel like Genesis just needs to start putting everyone on offense as Snowy Wolf is just going to bang another one in. Like right when we say that someone is looking like they need to shut him down, someone else on Wolves just steps up.
Yeah, and back-to-back 5-goal performances from Kazan and then Snowy Wolf now. We saw Kazan in game 3 and now Snowy Wolf in game 4 here, just dominating, is just taking over on offense here. And why not? Looking for a 6 here towards the net before Zablade. Gonna save it away, and at this point, the Whelps just looking for some more goals here as Severn's gonna make the save. Snowy Wolf trying to jump up to it, but he can't. And at this point, Genesis just gonna have to maybe find one more consolation goal if they can. Zoni up to the ceiling, trying to send it down. Forza Blade gonna beat it by a defender. This one popping up high. Kazan just gonna clear it out, looking to stay with it, but can't find it this time. As this ball back to the side, gonna pop up, but really Jaeger's final 30 seconds here, and the Whelps just a dominant performance, but Oni, he's going to find one there. Might be a little bit too late, but a nice shot from him.
No, yeah, a little too late, but a nice pass from Forza. Oni with the read, just slotting it by the Whelps players.
Able to find at least one there, knowing that they can score on these Whelps, and they were able to score and even take a game. But the Whelps just too strong in this one for sure. Is this one heading back towards the net? Zeverns can't really get to it. Chubb's just going to get another one, a pinch goal. Why not throw one more on there? But at this point, like we said, the series pretty much in wraps there, despite the pinch.
No, yeah, Genesis Whelps just look like they're on a whole nother level. And I'm kind of interested to see how the rest of their season plays out.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to see is they are going to remain undefeated, improving to 7-0 on the season. And with a dominating performance here, looking to close it out here. Final seconds now. Genesis maybe fighting for one more. This one popped up. Oni for Forza Blade, trying to find it. Oni is going to dunk that one away, and that's a very unfortunate way to end it, as the Whelps going to clear this one out, and they're going to improve to 7-0. Once this ball maybe decides to hit the ground, you never know. As there it goes, but wow, Jaegers, a really, really dominating performance from the Whelps, and I guess it just goes to show why they are number 1 in the power rankings, and a huge performance from them.
No, yeah, Whelps just came out hungry and to show why they were number 1, and Genesis just left like reeling it. I felt like just I don't know. Genesis, it's still a long season. Genesis just needs to get it together, but Whelps just looking like the favorite to win the league right now.
Yeah, they definitely have to be the front runners again, as they were last season. And I mean, I think that's something to note. Back-to-back seasons where the Whelps have started out really hot on the season, undefeated. We're have to see if they're going to be able to hold up to it. But with the way this series just went right there, it's going to be hard to bet against them for sure. Definitely taking down another top team in the novice league. I'm sure Genesis definitely learned a lot, though, swapping out those lineups, trying to figure out what would work, but they couldn't really find an answer in that one, as they're going to take home the victory. Congratulations to the Whelps. They are heading home with the dub. We're going to be back in just a few minutes here. We're going to have our next matchup on the night coming your way. It's the second viewer voted matchup, and it might just be the matchup of the night, as the Grandmasters 5-1 take on Gravity 6-0. It's a battle for the top seed in the Western Conference in the Titan League, our top league in Nemesis. It is going to be a great one for sure. That one is coming up in just a few minutes, so make sure you stick around. If you guys are new here, make sure you check out the Discord there. Get involved in Nemesis. It's been a lot of fun this season. You got our biggest prize pool yet for Nemesis, $480 for this season. So a lot of money to go around, a lot of fun so far this season. It's been crazy intense, and I'm sure the intensity is only going to ramp up, and you can still get involved. If you check out the Discord, head to the sign up channel and get signed up there. But that's going to do it for me and Jaegers. We are going to be heading to a short break, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes for Grandmasters versus Gravity.
Can't wait.
What is going on, Nemesis? Welcome back to your second matchup of the night. The matchup of the night, indeed, actually. Heading into the Titan League. Before we get started with that, though, I'm joined by my co-commentator and good friend, Fishy. How's it going, Fishy?
It's going great, and I can't wait to see how the top two teams in Titan, as we speak, can really play it out on the field tonight.
Yeah, this was our voted matchup from Saturday Night Rocket League. If you don't know, we do have voting on Saturday nights to decide who gets streamed on Monday, at least two of the matchups. And honestly, I voted for this one too because this is one that you don't want to miss, and I'm really glad we got up on this stream. We've got the Grandmasters facing off against Gravity. Grandmasters going hard with 5-1 record, only losing one loss to a Lions team. Before that, they were undefeated, and Gravity has stayed undefeated. But the Grandmasters, with a little bit of a roster change, so far Gravity has looked dominant. But in all honesty, so has the Grandmasters. So I'm really excited to see who comes out on top here. What do you think of this matchup, Fishy?
Yeah, it'll definitely be really interesting. Gravity, they've looked really strong all season, really keeping up that form from the end of playoffs until they did get unfortunately beat. But they've looked strong as ever, but a few slip-ups here and there, it leaves it wide open for Grandmasters if they can really pop off in this one. I'm really looking at Folly, the new addition in this matchup.
Yeah, we'll definitely be keeping an eye on him, and he's definitely got some big shoes to fill. Stepping in for the place of Foam, who was a vital part at the beginning of the season, leading to the Grandmaster's success. But he also has a good backup roster behind him with Bubbly and with Bubbly and
Jeff Rye.
Jeff Rye. Is that how you pronounce it? I wasn't positive.
I believe so. That's how it looks to me.
Yeah, that is how it looks, but it's gonna take me a little while to get used to saying Jeff Rye and not four. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm just used to calling out his name so much. He's too good.
Yeah, it's gonna
Jeffrey.
take. That's too many syllables now. It's just gonna be like Jeff Rye every time. I like just saying four, but
He does say it is just Jeffrey, so I was wrong.
okay. I thought it was Jeffrey, but I guess I could see why it's Jeff Rye. Anyways, moving on. Do you have a prediction for this matchup? I know it's hard to make one, but
It's very hard to make one. My prediction, I'll just go with it's going to game 5. And at that point, there's really no point in calling it either way.
yeah, that's true. When it goes to game 5, especially in the Time League, the best of the Time League, even the matchup can go either way. But we will have to see which way the pendulum swings today, as we're about to get into the first game of the series. We got Dylan, Yor, and Goof taken up for Gravity, and Jeffrey, Folly, Daddy Folly, and Bubbly Reaper taking up the mantle for the Grandmasters. Right off the bat here, gonna get a play from the Grandmasters, keeping the ball in their half for a hot minute. And Bubbly will get a nice challenge here. Jeffrey gonna try to make something happen with the pre-flip. Can't make contact, but the ball will be sent right back. Early pressure from the Grandmasters as Jeffrey tries to slow play. Fakes past one, gets a flip reset. What a goal to start the series.
And not only is that a shot from the corner, but also 3 defenders in net, and he manages to fake all of them out with that flip reset.
That placement couldn't have been any better. Off the crossbar, barely bouncing in. I mean, how do you even defend against something like that? And now, already, Gravity realizing what they're up against. This might not be as easy as some of their earlier games this season. It will get some counterattack started, though. As Jeffrey looks for the pass to Folly. Beat out by Goof. Gets the ball on the Grandmaster's backboard, but Gravity staying positioned very far back, not committing anything heavily yet. Dylan gets a touch off the backboard. Jeffrey equal to it and carries it away, carries it past one. Yor with not the best touch off the side. That's going to go off the backboard. Another opportunity for the Grandmasters there. So far, this is looking like a Grandmaster show, Fishy.
Yeah, they've really had their fair share of the pressure in this one. They're doing a great job of keeping, especially Dylan, at bay, because he's been known for Gravity to get those solo plays out of nowhere. Same with Jeffrey on Grandmasters, though.
And as we say that, we are seeing a little bit of sustained offense from Gravity, pushing the Grandmasters back, looking for some pass plays. Nothing found quite yet, though. Folly going to take control, pick up the boost, and go for a play. Can't quite make anything happen, though. And you're going to get a flick past one. It's just off target, though. And now it's up to Bubbly. Gets a nice 50 to the middle. Folly with a long touch. That one will be blocked by Dylan, though. Hit softly to the corner. As once again, the ball hovers in the midfield. And, you know, a lot of the time in these Titan-level games, there's not as many mistakes. A lot of it can come down to these outlying plays. Jeffrey can't quite get there. But as I was saying, a lot of the times it's just a battle for the midfield and taking an inch. And right now it looks like they're mostly even other than that one goal.
Yeah, it's definitely evened up after that one goal, like you said. And it's still a little slow in the midfield, I have to say. A lot more dribbles being played out and passes. Not a bunch of fast clears down the field to try and catch teams off guard.
Yeah, nothing real flashy being set up just yet other than that one goal. I'll mention it one more time, as it is what separated these two teams so far. Now Grandmaster's looking to further their lead, but that's just going to go straight to Dylan, who gets a nice clear. Met by Bubbly, who tries to get another, but can't quite. Ball's still hanging in the midfield. And this is where the ball has stayed for the majority of the game so far. Bubbly is going to get a nice pinch out. That ball's on the backboard, though. This could be dangerous. Dylan with a shot. It's awkward for Folly, but Yor can't quite find the angle. Neither can Dylan. Bubbly gets back just in time, keeping Grandmasters out of danger once again.
Yeah, and what a close one that one was. There's no one in net, but Yor just too tight of an angle to find a shot, and he gets one there, but saved by Jeffrey.
That was almost an amazing attempt, but now Gravity has to be careful on their hind legs once again, as Jeffrey can't quite find the touch on net. And that was a great shot opportunity by Gravity. They did the most that they could, but the Grandmaster's defense looking phenomenal right now, as that was not an easy save by any measure. And now their offense coming into play. Bubbly looking for the double off the ground. Can't quite find it, but that's still dangerous for Gravity. Now ticking down to just over a minute left. That time will be erased, and now Gravity needs to find something quickly. They need to break through this Gravity defense. That could be the demo, and it will be the demo that allows Goof to score.
Yeah, that demo really opened up everything. You see Bubbly there in the corner in an awkward situation and couldn't get the touch. Goof knowing that there was no one behind him, just trying to beat him.
And that's a great play to recognize that if Bubbly gets a poor touch or misses the ball, which ends up happening, that he can capitalize on that quickly. You will expect those kinds of reads. It's not all over for Gravity yet, though. They've done well to come back. Now they have to try to make even more happen. It's not going to be easy as Dylan takes possession here. Jeffrey gets a 50 to the corner, but Goof going to get a beautiful clear, sending it all the way down the field. Now Bubbly in another awkward spot. Misses the touch. That's a demo. No one committed there for Gravity, though. The Grandmasters still struggling on defense a little bit, not looking nearly as comfortable as they were earlier in the series. Goof looks for the pass, but no one there from Gravity. They've been really good about keeping all three members from committing, but at some points that can work against you if you don't have anyone there for the shot. Now 6 seconds left. The ball's hovering over Gravity's net. Dylan gets a nice touch. No panic on defense. And Yor will hit the ball to Dylan, who puts it down. And we're going to head into overtime for our first game. You wouldn't have it any other way for a matchup like this.
Yeah, you wouldn't have it any other way, especially as it's just heating up. As Gravity's starting to utilize those demos to open up the defense. But Grandmasters, they're still looking for one on the counterattack here.
And those demos are what allowed Gravity to come back into play. They could be what allows Gravity to gain the advantage. It's Jeffrey looking for the pass middle. Folly gets a touch. Bubbly committing his third man, but he does get a hit on the ball. That's going to allow Grandmasters to continue their pressure as Dylan actually gets the counterattack, gets it past, and he can't get the double, but he gets it past Folly, who misses his touch, and Yor is going to put that one in.
And Dylan, they did a good job of containing him, but they can't contain him here as he puts it high off the crossbar, and no touch could be found out from Folly in a 2-on-1.
And you got to feel for Folly there, having a little bit of trouble reading the play, not sure exactly what's coming, trying to avoid the dunk. That's not an easy spot to be put in, and you can't really blame him for not making a touch there. That is difficult position. But Gravity will come back, and for the first half of this game, it really did look like the Grandmasters were in control. But once they lost it, it didn't look like they ever really regained it, and Gravity doing really well here to capitalize on their opportunities, it seems.
Yeah, Gravity really is just an enigma to me because I can never find out why, but they always seem to have a slow start. And from half to half of a game or even game to game, they can pop off and they can even throw at times.
Well, we all do have those moments, I guess. Gravity just has a few less of them, and that's why they're arguably currently the best team in Titan. And they will be looking to prove that even further. You say they have a slow start, but they did win game 1, so that could be not great foreboding for Grandmasters, as Gravity will look for their first offensive opportunity. Cleared away by Folly. Surely going to get another touch here, but Dylan's pre-jumping. Can't quite get a touch on that. And trying to find each other on these defensive clears. Unfortunately, Goof just ran out of boost there, so he couldn't really make much happen. But now Dylan will send the ball back across again. Jeffrey looking for a pass to himself. Can't quite find it. And now it will be Gravity as Goof. We'll call that a fake there from Goof as he allowed his teammate to get a better control. But that's just an open net. I think that Grandmasters are scoring this, and Bubbly will be there to secure it.
That's a smart demo coming out from him. You noticed that Dylan pushed up a little too far as the third man. He just demos him as he tries to make his way back.
And gain a little bit of revenge for the demo play that equalized in the last game. There's Bubbly. And like you said, that was a pretty big brain demo, looking for the poor rotation or just the miscalculated rotation. Oh my goodness. Jeffrey looking for a huge shot. That ball's so dangerous, but Gravity clears it out. Now they'll have to continue to keep it out. That would have been an insane highlight reel shot from Jeffrey. But this is another opportunity as Bubbly, I don't think that one was going in, but Bubbly blocked it regardless. And now Grandmasters clear the ball out of their half once again. Goof only going to put this one center, and Dylan can't make the touch. You're there to clear the ball away for now, but still the Grandmasters' pressure is ramping up. And this looks like a repeat of game 1 right off the bat.
Yeah, it certainly does. Grandmaster had no pressure coming out. But Gravity, don't forget, they have the ability to make chances. And they're looking for those passes every time that they're in Grandmaster's half.
And some of those passes are only mere pixels away from working out. If Gravity starts hitting those, that'll get scary really quickly for Grandmasters. For now, it is Gravity on defense once again, though. Goof going to get a soft clear out. That's 2 defenders from Gravity pushed up. But a demo will allow them to regain a little bit of control and regroup, regain some boost. There's another big clear from Folly. Goof going to have to make a touch here. Does well to get the ball off the backboard and cleared out. Jeffrey setting it up center. Folly can't make the touch. Once again, needs to be making these touches to keep the Grandmasters' pressure alive. Now it's them who's on the back foot. Folly going to catch that one. Lucky that one wasn't on target. But this one will be, and all of a sudden it's miscoordination from Grandmasters.
And that's just one awkward 50 in the corner. And no one was ready for that ball, it seems. Like all 3 players near that ball, but Goof pre-flips his way in and gets a tie game.
After half of a game that looked really solid from the Grandmasters, all of a sudden kind of just not reading the play correctly there in the corner. Luckily for them, the game is only tied up and they'll have plenty of chances to get back in this one, or excuse me, to take the lead even. But now they'll have to fight ever so harder to get a lead here, as Bubbly looking for the pass, maybe the shot, can't quite find it. Folly gonna send that one back. Ball's just being peppered against that backboard for Gravity. As once again, that's a huge mistouch from Bubbly actually. Tries to recover and make something happen, but that's a big pass play as well. Bubbly just barely gonna get a touch on that one. That was a huge opportunity for Gravity, but to be honest, he kind of just shot right at the defender and gave Grandmasters an easy out there.
Yeah, the shooting from both of these teams hasn't been exactly on point.
Oh my
Goof
god.
almost makes me eat my words there.
And that shooting was on point, but the defense was even more on point with the pinch save from Grandmasters, bailing themselves out of that awkward position. And now they're the ones attacking once again, but for how long? As Dylan gets a weird catch leading into a sidewall bounce. Won't quite make anything happen yet, but this could be the start of something dangerous. Jeffrey gonna clear this one quickly. And Dylan looking for the solo play. The 50 goes straight to the midfield, straight to his teammate Yor, who takes a shot. And that's some brilliant shooting there.
Yeah, that's composed from Yor. He sees the ball off of the ceiling and manages to beat a defender and find the free angle. Folly was trying to bait him into getting that near post shot, but Yor too composed on the finish.
And a great job to maintain patience there. Realized that he had the top right, or not even the top right, the right side of the net to shoot at. Almost another opportunity for Grandmasters, but it feels like this game and the series so far is full of almost for them that they need to capitalize on. Jeffrey will just shoot it right at Dylan, who clears it with ease. Now they have to find something quick. Only 37 seconds remain in the game, but Gravity are now locking down, not letting the Grandmasters out of their half for now, and Yor, in fact, is going to put in another one.
Just giving Grandmasters no space. Yor, he gets a 50 and stays with the ball to get the goal. That one could give them the game in this one.
The game and all of the momentum in this series, if they get this, which it is looking like this game is for the most part over unless the Grandmasters can find something crazy. 2 goals in one game in the last 20 seconds, not easy to find in this level, but Bubbly with an insane double touch. Dylan does well to read that, but that could still be a goal. Jeffrey just barely misses with the pre-flip. And now with 11 seconds left, it's looking like it is all over for this game, at least for the Grandmasters. They're going to have to try again. The next one is one last shot won't go home, and the Grandmasters go down 0-2 in an unexpected, well, partially unexpected turn of events. Maybe a little bit of just miscoordination. Maybe the team hasn't played as much together as they'd like to.
I think that definitely plays a part in it, as they've had a 1-goal lead in both of these games, but just unable to hold on to it by a couple of awkward defensive rotations. I'd really like to see them try and pull back that demo game, because Gravity, they rely a lot on those passing clears. So if you can get them out of that comfort zone, I think you could bring the shots to Gravity's half.
And that is when they look weakest. I mean, when that defensive coordination, it's so clean and it's so mechanical when it's at its peak, but when it becomes uncomfortable, Gravity can find themselves in a bit of trouble. I'd definitely be forced to agree there. But either way, now Grandmasters facing a reverse sweep if they want to win this series and tie up Gravity's record to their own and actually take the lead in standings overall. But that is a daunting task, and it will surely not be easy as we head into game 3 here. That's what they're faced with. Jeffrey gets a nice clear out. Goof gonna get a little air dribble. Not much to happen, but 50s it directly to Yor. And that ball's hanging over the midfield.
Oh.
And that's an unfortunate touch from the defender there. That ball's gonna get pre-flipped into his own net.
And I'm surprised no one was back there for Gravity. It looks like they trusted Goof a little too much on that 50. He was low boost, and unfortunate from Dylan that he's on the harsh end of that own goal there.
At the end of the day, at this level, you should realize that you don't want to pre-flip directly into a challenge that your opponent, or that your teammate, excuse me, is trying to take. But it happens at every level. 50s can be unpredictable, and Grandmasters will get their lead. I believe they've actually taken the lead in every game so far, but haven't been able to hold on to any yet. We'll have to see if this game is any different. This one a little bit more unconventional than the last two. That's Jeffrey clearing the ball out, but Yor meets it, sending it back into their half. Foley can't quite find a touch there, and Goof will be forced to make an awkward catch. That's a huge clear from Foley. Actually, that one almost just goes in, finding a hole in the defensive Gravity. Luckily for them, nothing will come of it just yet. but those clears sometimes seem to catch them off guard. And if Grandmasters can find more of those, find more ways to poke holes, they might be able to turn some of these into shot opportunities.
Yeah, just to highlight how close that one was, Dylan and Yor, I believe, both double committed on that one clear. Oh, and that one, it'll just... Is it up?
What?
Okay.
What happened there? Oh no.
It seems like Yor thought he might have gotten 50 by Folly, but didn't know it was in, maybe, and it just rolls its way up the post, and he gets a free shot.
Well, the Grandmasters will certainly take those. I was actually... That's going to be another goal for the Grandmasters. All of a sudden, they're dominating in Game 3.
Yeah, Grandmasters just finding goals out of nowhere. It seems like Gravity's aggressive rotations, you see them with the hard sheet on kickoff there, coming a little bit to bite them.
And once again, an unexpected turn of events. Kind of arguably, the kickoff goal was the one that the Grandmasters most deserved. The other two, you have to feel like should not have been goals at all, but Gravity misjudges a couple of situations, and that's just how quickly you can find yourself down in these games, that Titan level gameplay where people are going to capitalize on every opportunity. Now Gravity has half of a game to find 3 goals to try and equalize, and then at least in overtime. That's a big miss from Bubbly, but Yor misses as well, and Goof is going to be there, fortunately for Gravity, but confusing plays all around.
Yeah, this game is definitely confusing, as I thought Yor had an open net there, but he leaves it for some reason, and Goof's there to clean it up, luckily for him.
Maybe just playing the mental card, you know. I'll fake this one so my teammate can get the open net, because he needs to score more. Maybe that's the play.
Who knows?
Either way, now it will only be a 2-game difference, a lot more manageable, or will it, as Bubbly makes up for his previous mistake immediately?
Folly keeping it close on the backboard here. Looks like Dylan, he actually ran into his own crossbar trying to get the clear on that one.
And wow, all right, we're going back up 3 goals again for Grandmasters. Definitely fighting and converting a lot more often than the previous games. Still a lot of work to be done, though, to keep Gravity at bay. They will continue to try as Bubbly gets it past everyone, and Jeffrey's there again. A full 5-1 lead for Grandmasters.
And they just don't stop at this point. Bubbly, he beats 2 players on his own in the corner. At what point do they just sit back and let this one run out, I wonder?
I don't think they ever do that. If you're looking to complete a reverse sweep, I mean, you need every ounce of momentum that you can get. I mean, a 2-1 victory is cool and all, but if you want to reverse sweep someone, you kind of have to try and get as much momentum on your side. You're looking for that 10-0 win that almost never happens, but when it does, feels so defeating. And only halfway on track for that, perhaps. But still, Grandmaster's looking dominant here in Game 3. Beginning to wonder if there's even really a chance for Gravity to come back, as Jeffrey will look to try and find another one. Can't quite, though. Yor gets a soft touch out. This is just going to go center for the Grandmasters, though. As Jeffrey gets a touch off the side. Can't find the second one. But now it looks like Gravity actually are the ones struggling a little bit to find coordination. Maybe a little bit shaken up. As I say that, though, a huge save from Yor, preventing another one from going in.
It's kind of odd to see from them, considering they came back both times they won a game in this series. And they just kind of collapsed after that second or third goal from Grandmasters. Haven't really recovered, not much offense to speak from them.
Yeah, it is a little bit strange. I guess you are the one who said that they have very high highs, and they also have their low points as well. Maybe this is the low point of the series for them. As the ball still dangerous in Gravity's half now. Bubbly makes up for his mistake this time, keeping the ball out of the Grandmaster's net. Now 40 seconds left. It's looking impossible for Gravity, but if they can even find one, try and regain a little bit of what they had from the previous games. Grandmaster's looking to do the opposite and crush them even more. Here's an opportunity for Dylan, though. Can't even get past Jeffrey, who has a huge challenge. Yor can't make a touch, and that's just going to be an own goal from Yor, actually.
And Gravity may have nothing to play for at this point, but Grandmasters, they have a chance to Brazil Gravity. I don't think any other team in Titan could say that right now.
Most definitely not. And that's, that's huge. That might even be bigger than the series for them. 20 seconds to score one more time. And there it's going to be the Brazil.
And they get it.
What a play.
I don't even care about the rest of this series anymore. I got what I was looking for.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, that was a Game 5 overtime, 10-minute long overtime win for Grandmasters. It doesn't get much better than that. Now they just have to avoid scoring for 17 seconds. And avoid getting scored on, of course. Can't break the Brazil. Oh, no. All right, doesn't look like well, there's still time. Let's see if Goof puts that one on. Bubbly gonna block it, though. Now the ball will be sent down, it seems. Jeffrey not going to let that one go, and they will complete the Brazil for the third game of the series. If you're just tuning in, you might think that the Grandmasters have control of the series, but actually, it's Gravity who's up 2-1.
Yeah, and I gotta wonder, because Grandmasters, they amped up the demos a little bit, but I didn't think it'd be enough to win by this large of a margin. And maybe Gravity's just getting it all out of their system and trying to win it in Game 4.
Maybe they just felt bad sweeping the Grandmasters. But in all honesty, it looked like they kind of just let off too much from the breaks. They kind of realized that they were doing really well in games 1 and 2, but then lost focus or something, because to be completely honest, Grandmasters scored 7 goals, but really, in my opinion, it felt like Gravity was beating themselves, especially for those first few goals that you just don't expect to go in.
Yeah, especially when there's kickoff goals and a couple of own goals thrown in there at this high of a level.
Definitely unusual gameplay, but the Grandmasters back in this series, better than ever, and they will be looking to equalize the series and bring us to a Game 5. As casters, of course, we are also rooting for that Game 5. We're not allowed to root for one team, perhaps, but we can always root for a Game 5. Grandmasters.
And that is what I predicted, too, so I gotta root for it.
Oh, that's also true. Wow, so much at stake. Dylan looking for the double touch. Shut down by Foley. Does well to read that, but you're now on the 1v1. Can't quite get past him. But still, it's Gravity so far in this game. Bringing out the pressure early on. Not wanting to have a repeat of the second one. And that's a huge pass. A missed read, but that's a difficult read to find.
Yeah, near impossible to read for Jeffrey on the backboard. As Dylan, he popped that off of the ceiling to pass it back down to Goof rather. There's just no reading those.
Yeah, I would never want to be that defender in that situation, because you just have to pray that the offense doesn't read it as well. There's no chance you're getting to that ball. Now, Grandmasters down in the series, and Gravity actually, with their first early lead of the entire series, they have held on to leads previously, but so far, Gravity has scored the first goal in, I believe, every single game, except for maybe the last one. But now we have to see if they can hold on to it. So they will try to maintain their pressure. Bubbly with a huge demo. Gonna allow Jeffrey an opportunity. Now it's only Goof and Dylan who's just spawned in. That's an unfortunate touch from Goof. He's gonna pass right to Folly.
And maybe that Game 3 Gravity is coming back, because that's just unfortunate from both players. Thinking that the other one had a better touch. It looked like they were both trying to leave it, and it just ends up being a Grandmaster's open net.
Yeah, I don't think that... I mean, I definitely know that Goof did not want that touch out of any touch that he might have gone, but I don't think he was even trying to hit that ball at first after he took off. What a interesting altercation in the corner from Gravity and Grandmasters. And now they're going to have to try once again to just erase that from their memory and remind themselves that they are a top-tier team and that the game is only tied. They can close out the series right here. More demos coming out from the Grandmasters, though. Maybe taking your advice on that front. They have looked slightly more aggressive on the bumps and demos since Game 3. Now it will be Folly trying to get it clear. That one's almost on target. But Folly does well to flick it over one defender. You're back just in time, but Jeffrey will be able to get a big clear here. Actually only goes as far as Dylan, who will get a touch. Bubbly in an awkward spot. Does well to hold off the attackers for the time being. Now Jeffrey, once again, with 0 boost actually, still manages to make a play happen, get the ball cleared. And now it's Bubbly in the corner looking for the pass. Can't quite find it though. Jeffrey gonna pop it up, looking for a double touch off the ceiling. Can't quite find it, but 2 defenders committed. This could be another opportunity. Goof does extremely well to save his team and bail them out there, but still, it's looking like just slugs from both sides of the field. Both teams taking blows. Nothing landing since the first 2 goals quite yet.
This demo playstyle really draining both teams a boost, because when those players get demoed, they only spawn back with 30. That can really be devastating for a defense that's trying to get a quick clear out when they're on 0 boost. Oh,
Most definitely. And Bubbly will find the opportunity. It looks like another couple of commits, but Grandmaster's going to go up 2-1.
and Goof in an awkward spot there. He just got the clear, and Jeffrey actually hit the ball right back at him. He really had no choice but to go, but he didn't have a good touch to get on that ball.
And finally, like you were saying, the boost kind of just ran out, it seemed. And once again, another opportunity for Grandmasters. Foley now finding his footing in the series, making his presence known. And now Grandmasters just have to hold on this lead just to take us to a game 5. Jeffrey looking for the pass, air dribbles it past another actually, but can't quite find it. Foley in an awkward spot here, tries to make a clear happen, but can't quite. The ball's gonna roll clear. Now it's Bubbly. 0 boost on the dribble. Looks for a 50, but can't find anything actually. Fakes the ball pass, gets a demo, and 50s it back. Jeffrey bumps Foley. And I don't even know what's happening right now. It's complete chaos for the Grandmasters. Gravity need to capitalize on this immediately.
Oh.
And they will!
And just when Grandmasters, it looked like they had some pressure of their own. That team bump really just sent them all over the place. And Dylan, he manages to find the shot off of another Goof ceiling pass.
And that's really good placement from Dylan there. It wasn't an easy angle by any means, but that was a little bit on the Grandmasters for just kind of falling apart on defense. That's a huge demo. And now Jeffrey's going to bring the lead back once again within 20 seconds.
And we've seen Gravity on the kickoff. Right away there, Yor didn't have enough boost to get it clear, and both players, well, one was dead, but the other one was pushing up too far. And Grandmasters get the lead once again.
And now all of Gravity's effort so far not amounting to much. Still 1 goal down. They'll have to find it quick as well with only 30 seconds left on the clock. But Gravity looking to keep on the pressure, keep the clamps on, and not let Gravity come up with anything. It's a nice bounce off the backboard. Jeffrey looking for the read. Can't quite find it. So the ball will still loom over Gravity's half. Foley can't find the touch. And now Gravity looking for the clears. All 3 players clumped somewhat close together, though. That could be a big demo. Goof has to score here. Jeffrey got a flip reset to 50 the ball twice midair. That was actually an insane defensive play to keep the ball on the ground and out of their net.
Yeah, insane, and even though it looked really like a freestyle, it was completely necessary because both his teammates on 0 boost in the net. If a shot came out there, we would have been in overtime.
Yeah, and if overtime came, Gravity might have found their momentum, but as the cards will stand, Gravity down 1 against the Grandmasters will bring us to a game 5. Like you predicted, Fishy, you got the big brain predictions, and I'm really glad we didn't get to see a sweep. Even happier that we get to see a game 5 between these teams. I'm just going to ask you one more time. You predicted a game 5, but now who do you think is poised to take this game 5?
I just can't bet against a reverse sweep. It seems like Grandmasters have all the momentum coming in with them after that game 3 and 4. But Gravity do have a habit of bouncing back into series.
Most definitely. You can never count either of these teams out, as we've already seen from Grandmasters, and as we've seen from Gravity in the other series they've played. This is no doubt going to be a slugfest until the end. And now, It's Gravity with the first real chances. Jeffrey gonna look for a clear here. Gets the ball past 2. Only Dylan to beat, but that's not an easy task. He does it. And the bump play. Grandmasters strike first in game 5.
And Jeffrey just pops off at the start of this one. Beats the entire team. And he might have missed a flick at the end there, but luckily Folly was going for the bump on the goalie.
And even if he hit the flick, unless he got it high enough, it might have ended up working against him, as the defender almost pre-jumped it. But still, Grandmaster's going up once again, continuing on with the theme. Looking for even more, though. They'll have to hope that they can maintain it. As Jeffrey looking for the clear. Dylan tries to get the ball middle, but cut off by Folly. And Folly has had much more of a presence in this series since the first couple games. Look like he's really found his footing, like I said previously, and really been a factor in the later games compared to the previous. Jeffrey looking for the solo play. Can't quite find it, though.
Yeah, especially Folly's been doing great, getting himself involved in that offensive rotation. He seemed to be a little bit passive at the start, not knowing exactly where he should be. He's really warmed himself up into this one.
That was a huge miss from the defender, but an even bigger miss. I didn't see quite who shot that ball, but an even bigger miss, as that was a huge opportunity. Gravity's still finding more, though, as that's almost an insane angle from Goff, and Dylan will put in the shot off of a poor clear.
Yeah, and a poor clear came out, but it really was because of the gravity pressure. Folly, he needed to make any touch on that back post, because that ball was going in the bottom corner because of the insane shot from Goof.
Yeah, most definitely. I did call it a poor clear, but that's not to speak for the quality of the touch made being easy, as Yor almost gets another one. That was a difficult spot, and Grandmaster's defense once again doing the most, but this time Gravity is starting to rise to the challenge. Now we're all tied up once again. Yor in the corner, gonna try to get it past Jeffrey. Can't quite find it. It's Dylan. Slams this one off the backboard, but Jeffrey once again equal. Keeping the Grandmaster's defense stuck together. Folly with a big save. But it's still Gravity trying to find something, trying to get this past. Dylan just barely hits off the crossbar. Now this is a 1v1 opportunity. Jeffrey going for the breezy flick. Almost finds it to the top corner.
And Gravity, they better start making those shots, because if they keep leaving Jeffrey in these one-on-ones on offense, it's about as dangerous as the full team pressure coming out from Gravity.
And that confidence from Jeffrey to go for this shot even speaks volumes. No fear in this game 5 of losing. He wants to show off, and he wants to win as well, but he wants to show off while doing it. They will still have to hold off Gravity, though. The series is far from over. 2 minutes left. And that's not the greatest touch. Gonna get cleared. Goof looking for the double, but 2 commit from Gravity. Now this could be an opportunity from the Grandmasters. Gravity will get back quickly, though. Now looking for another play. Dylan gonna bring this one to the side. Gets it past Jeffrey. Avoids the demo. And even flicks it past him. A really nice play from Dylan, but it was just barely off the crossbar. Can't find that accuracy that they need. Still, though, things looking dangerous for Grandmasters. Things looking even more dangerous for Gravity now, though. Goof blocks the flick perfectly. Now setting up a counterattack once again. Bubbly looking for the double. Finds it, and this is an awkward spot for Gravity. But Dylan gets a nice clear. And now as we're about to head into the final minute, still a tied game. And I still can't even tell who has the edge here, Fishy.
Yeah, both of these teams really trying to give it their all and get this last goal in the game to give them the series. And it's been there, the opportunities have been there a couple of times, whether it be an overcommit or a double commit. Both defenses are giving teams shot.
As we say that, Grandmaster's almost suffering an unfortunate fate. They're still in danger here. But Bubbly does a great job of recognizing that he has to come back as quickly as possible. A double commit, but it seems to work out for now for the Grandmasters. Still, Goof trying to keep this ball in play. Bubbly looking for the 50, can't find it. Folly, no boost. Grandmaster's running out. Jeffrey has to make something happen here, but Goof gonna get it past him once again, and there's just no boost for the Grandmasters. They're stuck in their half. They only have to hold on for 10 more seconds, but can they do it? They get a clear. This could be an opportunity for them now. A pass to Folly, who backflips. Jeffrey still keeping it in though. It's still dangerous, but it looks like Folly gonna pass to Jeffrey. This ball's gonna go to the midfield, and surely Bubbly will just try to put this one down, fakes it out, and a little bit of danger for both teams there, but we will go into overtime, and I wouldn't have it any other way in this series.
Just as Gravity was mounting the pressure on, Grandmasters got a chance of their own right at the end. But now, next goal takes it all.
This goal will be a huge one. A double commit from the defenders. Dylan has to make a touch here. Does well. But Jeffrey gonna get another touch. And another one to try and send this one center. His boost just barely ran out, but he still gets it bumped. That's actually a very risky demo. If Gravity can counterattack fast, they might be able to get something started here. Bubbly can't get it past, and now Folly needs a clear here. Goes straight to Dylan. Jeffrey getting this one off the backboard. Goff with a huge touch. Bailing out his team once again. But Gravity positioned once again to take this one in. Dylan gets the fake. Can't quite find it past though. And now Jeffrey gets this ball past one. Looking for another 50 in the corner. Just goes for the boost steal instead. But that'll allow Gravity a clear. Bubbly sends one right back to Folly, who's there for the hit. Gets it to the backboard but can't follow. And now Gravity shut down by Folly's bumps. Great opportunity there, shut down. Jeffrey almost gets the flick to the top corner, but can't quite find it. And once again, they're just taking shots at each other, nothing landing, but these shots aren't being missed either, as Dylan has a shot, but he absolutely beans it. There was no power on that shot. That should have been the series ending there, surely, but Grandmasters stay alive. Gravity can't close it out.
Oh, and we'll have to see if that comes to bite them in the end. That really was a winning opportunity from Dylan there.
This series could have been over. Grandmasters have to thank their lucky stars to still be in this one and not mess with the opportunity that they've been given, as Folly gets a nice challenge across. Jeffrey chooses not to turn on this one. This will allow Dylan to go for something. Gets a touch off the ceiling, but good patience from the Grandmasters, recognizing there wasn't an immediate threat. Now Folly with low boost, looking for the pass, gets it middle. Bubbly with a light touch, but Dylan will be equal to that one, even sending it up. Still though, it's the Grandmasters. Jeffrey air dribbling, can't quite find a pass middle. Nothing coming to fruition for either team quite yet, but it's only a matter of time now before one of them slips up and makes that fatal mistake.
Oh. Important challenge from Goof on the goal line there. Folly was coming in for either a demo or a 50, and he needed to win that.
Now a long clear for the Grandmasters. Still keeping this pressure on. Gravity not being able to find the same pressure that they found in the regular season, or in the regular game time, excuse me. As now Goof looking for the shot off backboard. Still could be an opportunity. Dylan gonna miss the touch though, and Folly will clear it out. Ball still head to the Grandmaster's backboard though, as Jeffrey gonna look to take control of this one, and he will. Gonna look for a pass center. Can't quite find it. Now it's Bubbly looking for the hit off. Goof positioned well on the backboard to find another clear. Now Gravity with a chance to counterattack. Dylan fakes one. Jeffrey there, and that's a shot. Bubbly just barely in position to backflip and send that one out. And that ball was so close to going in. If it was even a pixel to either side, it might have been game over, series over, but not quite.
And what will it take to break one of these defenses? The passes have been tried, the solo plays have been tried. I don't know what'll work at this point.
It seems like they've thrown everything. They've gone through the book twice, and still they haven't found the page that will help them win this series for either team. Gravity got to be feeling like they should have already won at this point. Now Dylan looking for the air dribble. Gets it past one. Gets it off the backboard. That's a missed touch from Jeffrey, but Yor can't find the shot. Just lobs the ball over the backboard. Bubbly looking for the pinch. Can't find any power though. Jeffrey gonna get it past one. Can't get it past the second. And now it's Folly looking for the challenge. Decides against it. Goes off the ceiling and just disrupting the play from Gravity. Really well done, but that one's just going to bounce in off of a missed rotation on the goal line.
Grandmasters, they leave the ball floating in their net for just a few seconds, and that is all it takes for Gravity to find the goal to win this series.
And in the end, they do come out victorious. But what a battle from the Grandmasters. Can't complete the reverse sweep, but still coming back 2 games, even playing the equivalent of another game in overtimes throughout the series. You got a feel for them, but they can't be feeling sorry for themselves after a performance like that. They played extremely well, especially with a new roster. And at the end of the day, just a fantastic series by both teams.
I was just going to mention the new roster because Folly, he really looked not out of place at all in that overtime. He actually had a couple of good plays, almost demoing Goff, especially to get him a goal. But Grandmaster's just barely beaten out by Gravity in this one.
And just barely might even still be an understatement. What a fantastic game to end off on. Or not end off on, excuse me. That was so exciting, I almost forgot. We do have one more matchup right after this one, and that will be, and that will be the Banshees versus Fated, 2 of the top teams in Prospect right now. I'm still coming down from the high of that series. I'm sure some of you guys are, so we'll have a little bit of a break in between, but once again, just a fantastic series. Thanks for casting it with me, Fishy. It was a pleasure, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League. Your boy Psycho is here to bring you back to our third match of the night. We're going to the Prospect League, Banshees versus Faded, and I am in the booth with... I have so many favorite people in this league, so many people I enjoy casting with, but this one in particular is a legend among the Nemesis people. Seabiscuit, welcome. I'm happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here with you, Psycho. It's always a very spicy meatball when we get to cast together, and
So good, so good.
so tasty, so cheesy, so great. And I am just excited to be here to round off tonight's matchups for Monday Night Rocket League.
And let me just say, I got to cast your last match, but I want to personally congratulate you on the 30 consecutive wins in Nemesis and like the high 80, low 90% win percentage. That's just insane, my guy.
It's 31 now. I swept again today, so you know.
Ooh, 31. I'm behind.
Yeah,
That's
you're
good
you're,
stuff.
you're stuck on Saturday. It's Monday now, and that's what we're
it
here
is.
for.
But I just wanted to touch on that, but we're going to get straight into the Prospect League, straight into the Banshees versus Faded. And this actually right here, Seabiscuit, is a potential playoff preview between Banshees and Faded. Both of these guys could go into the playoffs and duke it out. So what we're seeing right here could be foreshadowing for later on in the season.
And that always adds excitement. I mean, you have two upper middle pack teams facing off today, and one of them could really solidify their position above the other by taking a win, while I believe Banshees is one game less in the win column than Faded, so they could tie up their season records if Banshees is able to pull off a win tonight, I think. Or I might have it backwards. I'm bad at
I think you're a bit backwards because Banshees are 4-2 and Faded's 3-3.
Thank you for the fact check.
No problem. That's what we're here for. But Banshee's a little bit better, but still, I mean, they got 2 losses to their names, but they're looking pretty strong. I'm going to give them that. And there's a couple of names that I just want to address here that everybody knows. Okay, first of all, the elephant in the room, Chillin' Beast. Let's just talk about him. A lot of people don't like him in the Discord. He's a bit of a heel, if you will, but the man is actually putting up numbers. He's actually doing really, really good this season.
Yeah, he definitely earned the beast in his name this season, putting up really good stats for his team, playing super well. But you know, I had the joys of playing with him as a sub in my season 1 team from all you old season 1 players, you know, us like 10 people left from season 1. And he was a solid player then, just had pretty poor internet, so we didn't play him much, and he's steadily improved through the years, but he also has a teammate in Flying High, who I had the joys of playing with in Season 2, who I have mad respect for. Flying High is one really slept-on player and really intimidating, and you should be on the lookout for him to fly high and hit some crazy goals.
And that's awesome. But moving to the Faded roster, a couple of names I want to talk about. Parallax. He's kind of an old head, if I'm remembering. Hopefully I'm not mixing him up with somebody else, but I'm pretty sure he's a bit of an old head in Nemesis. I think he's been here for several seasons. And if I'm remembering correctly, he's pretty good for his rank.
We've only played 4 seasons, but several sounds cool.
Several is more than 2, right? 3 and 4 is several.
Oh, you got a point. I will say, Parallax, I have some experience playing against him in Season 2 when he was on Rockerman's Challenger team, and I can't think of the name. Help.
Oh, man, I can't think of the name either. Arrival?
That's their rival team.
Ascension.
That team, and he is a very hot and cold player, and I mean that in the most literal sense. Either he's going to come out and be the best player on the field and drop a hat trick and match, or he could have a really bad game or series and almost be non-existent, and he can be a big part of this Faded team if he shows up hot. And if he does, Banshees, watch out, because Parallax might paralyze you.
That is definitely a possibility here. However, it looks like somebody from Faded might be having some sort of
Date issues.
issue. His network driver, it looks like. I'm not exactly sure which person's having a problem, but I know that we're a little bit into the time here. It looks like we're 4 minutes in from. I'm not exactly sure what time we started, but I know they got 10 minutes before a forfeit is forced. So hopefully somebody's able to pick it up for Faded.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's either.
Okay. If
either
Banshees are willing to wait, then a forfeit won't be forced. Okay, cool. And it looks like the Banshees are saying, let's wait it out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
So we're gonna just sit here and ramble for.
We're just going to
10
pretty
minutes?
much just sit here and ramble. Let's talk about pizza because that's
Pizza.
what Bagels always talks about whenever he needs to kill time
Huh.
is pizza. And I love pizza.
Oh, pizza is good. I mean, I'm a very basic man. I'm happy with just some pepperoni, but you throw some mushroom on there. A little. What else? I like sausage, but not like the little tiny craps you get at like a Pizza Hut. The big chunky ones you get at more like Italian restaurant style pizza. Those.
That's good stuff. I'm not even going to say out loud what I like on pizza because all it's going to do is cause controversy in the chat.
Oh, you're a pineapple guy, huh?
I'm a pineapple guy, bro. Put some pineapple on my pizza.
My grandma's her favorite style of pizza is Hawaiian, so I have no issue personally with pineapple. Like if someone brought me a pizza, like, hey, here's a free pizza, and they had like pineapple on it, I'd eat it.
You're going to eat it. You're just not going to spend your own money on pizza with pineapple on it.
Yeah, but if I'm on the website, like order my own pizza, there ain't gonna be pineapple, you know?
I respect that. I truly do. But one thing that I'll say, because somebody brought up a good argument. I've always been a pineapple lover on my pizza. It's just something about it just tastes so good. But I've never had a good counter argument whenever people say, fruit doesn't belong on pizza. You know that argument?
Yeah.
I've never had a good counter argument for it, but somebody brought some big brain stuff to my table the other day, and they said because somebody told them, "Oh, fruit doesn't belong on your pizza." He said, "Oh, really? That's funny because why is the sauce based off of tomatoes?
Tomato. Yeah.
Which is a fruit. That's interesting."
Just immediate roast right there. It's
Just
over.
immediate. Like you can't come back from that. It's over.
The war has been won on the pineapple pizza side. They have taken victory. No one can argue against it, unless you're one of those people. I mean, a lot of places do like and do like custom sauces. I know, like Papa John's, you could get like their buttery garlic instead of like normal pizza sauce on your pizza. So in those cases, you could be argued against that there isn't a base that is a fruit, which is
That's true.
tomato.
That's true. Just like that's exactly true. Just like the Alfredo and all that stuff. Yeah, there's different ones, but really, when it comes down to it, is that real pizza? If pineapple's on pizza ain't real, then pizza without tomato sauce ain't real. I mean, that's an argument.
Ooh, getting real deep now. Oh God,
Getting real deep now.
You're testing my pizza knowledge over here. I'm here to be tested on Rocket League knowledge. Now I'm being tested on my pizza knowledge and being a big man.
That's true, but these guys
I
are
eat my
killing
pizza.
them. Oh, it looks like we finally got somebody in that's going to be able to fill it up. So I think that we should be able to get this underway. Everybody's asking if everybody's ready. I'm ready. Are you ready, Seabiscuit? I'm not sure. I think that means that he is ready. I want some pizza. I hope everybody else wants a pizza. I want pizza with pineapple. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. But we are ready to join up, and we got our teams joining up right now. Let's get hype in the chat. Banshee is going to be running Chillin' Beast, Flying High, and TTV Young Ruby. I'm just going to call you Ruby. Faded's going to be running a Bachman, Fear the Beard, and Parallax as we get into this game one. A Bachman is going to start the pressure off early, but Ruby is going to try to send it out. I Fear the Beard keeping the pressure. Chillin' is going to get a big clear. As Chillin's going to find it off the sidewall, trying to get the second touch, but Parallax is going to send it out from his back wall. Ruby catches it, tries to get it past one defender. He does, gets it past the second defender, and that was close. And Flying High is going to come in and clean it up.
Yeah, great pressure here. Unfortunate 50 by I Fear the Beer, but young Ruby, not quite sure who that is on their roster, but great pass to get over the last person, and Flying High just taking the open net and sinking her.
And that's going to be putting the Banshees up by one, just exactly 30 minutes having gone by before the first one. If I Fear the Beard is going to come in with a shot right there, but Flying High is going to make an easy save. Ruby is going to be able to get it past one of the defenders. Going to try and keep with it. Does a little fake, it looks like, but Parallax is able to get it off the back wall. He's in the midfield. He's going to send it off of the back wall. Chillin's going to miss his touch. A Bachman is there, but it's going to go just wide. I Fear the Beard gets a pinch, but it goes the opposite direction of what he was needing it to. A Bachman sends it up. Parallax trying to get a redirect, but is not able to find the touch as it gets sent out. Banshees trying to make their own counterattack right here, and the wow, that was an empty net as Ruby's just going to come in for an easy goal.
Yeah, great little pinch there by Flying High. Wanted to reverse it in himself, but Ruby just able to get another open net. And these faded players really need to start playing better defense and not getting beat as last man, or it's going to get ugly really fast because the Banshees are getting a lot of open nets. And you don't like to see that. And another one.
And another one. Just as you were saying it, it's going to happen. Faded is just absolutely leaving their net wide open, and Banshees are punishing them time and time again for this. And Banshees are going to be up 3-0 now. 3:30 left on the clock, so there's plenty of time left to play for Faded to come back. They definitely cannot let their spirits get down right now. They really need to turn on the afterburners. But Flying High is going to find it in the mid. I Fear the Beard finds the second touch in the mid, but can't get it past the defender. A Bachman off the sidewall. Ruby going to try to make something happen, but Parallax is going to find the 50. This could be a dangerous ball as we see Faded double right there. It's going to be unfortunate, but they're not going to get punished for it. Parallax send it down to Banshee's corner. Flying High trying to make something happen, but Chillin's going to bump him. And then a bit of a double commit coming out from Banshees right there. They might be panicking a bit as Chillin is going to miss it in the backfield, but Ruby's going to clean it up. Try and make something happen as he pops it up, but it's going to get taken over by Faded. As we reach the halfway point, Seabiscuit Faded down 3-0. What are you seeing from your analyst standpoint? What do they need to do at this point?
They need to increase the quality of their touches. I mean, at this point, it seems like they're just touching the ball to touch it. There's no real involvement of their teammates for most of their touches, and they don't start involving each other. This 1v3 style of play for offense isn't going to work against this Banshee squad, and this Banshee squad is well aware that as long as they don't pass, they don't have to play hard on defense. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Banshees are definitely out here looking good with 5 shots on net and 3 of them able to make goals off of. They've only been forced to make 1 save so far, but Parallax trying to make something happen right there. Unable to as it bounces off the post. The ball's going to get sent up. A Bachman trying to find the double off the backboard, but he does not. Chillin is going to send it out. Parallax trying to make something happen for Faded. Ruby's going to miss his touch off the back wall. I Fear the Beard puts it in front of the net, but doesn't have a teammate there to clang it in. Chillin Beast in the midfield, gets it past 1 defender, but can't find his second touch. Parallax sends it out, but Highfly is going to keep the pressure. A Bachman in the midfield, sends it to the side, finds the second touch. He's going to try to make something fancy happen. He almost gets it in, and Parallax is going to clean it up.
And a Bachman, what a play. I mean, a Bachman subbing in from the novice league, gets a nice touch out the wall and a big, big dunk right there on Chillin's face. And Parallax, he didn't have to work hard to score that one, and I know they're happy to finally break the ice and get their first goal.
I like how you said that right in Chillin's face.
What did the
As-
5 fingers say to the face?
Slap! As he is going to try to pick it up, though, in the midfield, is going to miss a second touch, going for the demo on I Fear the Beard, but not finding it. A Bachman coming in. His novice self is going to score on 2 prospect defenders.
And what a shot. A little freestyle spinny doos there, and just puts a nice power shot to the top mid of the net, and nothing the Banshee defenders could do to get back and save that one. And they bring it within 1, and now there's a chance.
The novice freestyle spinny doos. I'm loving that right there. A Bachman trying to make the comeback. Faded only down by 1, 30 seconds left. This could be it. A Bachman is absolutely toggled.
Yo, I need to contact their GM, and I need to make a move for my novice league. Bachman, have yourself a day, young man. Nice shot.
That is not going to happen. You know KN is not going to give this man up right now.
Not a chance.
30 seconds left. Faded coming out of nowhere and tying up the match. Parallax with a good stop right there. Flying High is going to touch it. In the mid, Parallax is up. Doesn't find the touch he's looking for, but I Fear the Beard is going to put it back to the mid. A bit of a double commit from Banshees, but they're not going to get punished for it. 10 seconds left on the clock. This could go to overtime. Banshees is going to send it out from the mid. Flying High puts it on the backboard. This could be dangerous. The net is open, but it's going to touch, and we're going to go to overtime in this Game 1 Seabiscuit. This is intense.
Great way to start the series as a caster. You always love an overtime to start off. That was how you know it's closely matched teams.
Most definitely, especially in Prospect. You know, and I think that Prospect doesn't get a lot of attention or credit, but it's really kind of a proving grounds, to be honest with you. You know, Novice is like, I don't know, like child's play, but Prospect is really, it's aptly named. It's where you start to see people really either shine or peak.
Yeah. Yeah, or you see people fail and crash and burn. I mean, it's the place where you learn who is the future in this league and who might not be. And everyone on this pitch right now is trying to prove to every GM watching that they are a future in this league and that they deserve to be around for a long time.
And I think that all 6 players on this field are actually doing a really good job of that, as Parallax comes in and gets a demo right there, trying to make something happen for his team. But Banshees are able to clear it away. Chillin is going to put one on net. Parallax with the save, a bit of a double commit coming from Faded, but they're not going to be punished for it. Flying High is going to try and keep the pressure for Banshees. A Bachman is going to get the touch. He gets the 50 against Ruby. It's up. Chillin makes his touch to send it away. It's not as dangerous anymore, but Parallax is going to come in and send it down. Flying High with the clear. I Fear the Beard in the corner. He's going to miss his touch and leave it for a Bachman. The Bachman is trying to get it out. Chillin put one on net, but Parallax with a good save. Almost 2 minutes into this match, and it looks like Dan just joined the match. I'm not sure if maybe that was the person that was having some issues earlier. So we might see a Bachman fall out of this, which I'm not gonna lie here, Seabiscuit. That might not be the move for Faded.
Yeah, Dan better play like he's the man. That's all I'm saying. If they're going to be taking a Bachman out after all he's done in this match, regardless win or lose here in overtime, it's really hard to justify taking the novice player out for your normal third man. But chemistry is a big deal. And
ooh, Chillin' Beast coming in is going to clean it up as we're talking about something else. But Chillin' Beast is going to go ahead and put a nail in the coffin, putting Banshees up by 1 in this series.
Yeah, Chillin just getting a great 50 on a Bachman in the corner, and I didn't catch who was in that there at the end, but they are unfortunately caught going for boost, and Chillin able to push it in the bottom left where he just couldn't get back in time. And Banshee's taking game 1 on a very big and exciting game 1 at that.
That was really, really nice as we got in between 2 and 3 minutes of overtime in the first game, and that could be a foreshadowing of what is to come in this match. And it looks like a Bachman did leave the match, so Dan the Man might be the one stepping in for him. Oh, never mind, a Bachman came back So we're definitely going to see. I'm interested to see how the lineup changes for Faded, if it changes at all, because like we were talking about Seabiscuit, I think that would be not the move to take a Bachman out. He seems to be popping right now.
He is popping. He's popping like pop rocks in a soda bottle. I mean, man is doing insane things for a novice player, and definitely proved himself to be worthy to be in here. But it looks like he's just here in case internet for Dan is bad.
That is very true. That is very true. As we see Dan the Man take the field, not that that's a bad thing. Dan is the actual person on this roster. So presumably him being a prospect, he's going to do better than a Bachman did. However, do got to give a quick shout out to a Bachman stepping up from the novice league. But I'm going to stop that as Flying High is going to come in and take some pressure early, just like we saw in game 1.
And Dan just missing his touch, and it doesn't look good for the switch. I mean, I know it's only 5 seconds in, but Dan comes in and misses his first touch. I know he probably didn't get a good warm-up, but good job by Banshees to capitalize on the missed touch by Dan, the third man.
And you're probably right there. I'm sure Dan did not get a great warm-up. Since he was late for this game, he more than likely wasn't playing other games. So hopefully, I know for some players, it's absolutely paramount that they have to warm up, and other players can just play at any point in time. So we'll see. As Chillin' Piece comes in, he gets a little one of those spinny dudes, but is able and puts one on net, but it gets stopped. Parallax is going to put it up, trying to make something happen. The ball's going to float in the midfield. You got an odd touch from I Fear the Beard. Flying High is going to send it out of his defensive zone. Dan the Man's going to miss his touch in the corner, but Parallax is able to clean it up for his partner. The ball gets pinched to the mid. I Fear the Beard gets a touch, but it's going to be just wide of the net. Dan is going to find it in the midfield, send it down, Chillin' almost redirecting into his own net, but it's going to go just high and bounce off the backboard. Parallax trying to make something happen, but Flying High is going to 50 with him, and it's going to go in favor. I Fear gets it past one, but can't get it past Chillin'. It's going to get sent all the way back to Faded's defensive zone. Parallax trying to make something happen in the midfield. As Ruby finds a demo on I Fear the Beard. Dan finding a demo on Ruby. Dan going to send it back to the mid, but Chillin' is going to send it out. I Fear the Beard. Gonna try and find something. High Flying High Flying is actually a different novice player. Sorry to get the two confused. Chillin' was there, but Parallax is gonna send it to the side. We're just a little under 2 minutes gone in this game, Seabiscuit. Faded is from behind. Do you think that we're gonna see a repeat of game 1?
Content-wise, I'd love to see a repeat, and I think there's still room for it to happen. It's just Faded's got to make some of these touches they're missing. There's a lot of very bad touches right now going on by them, and it's leading to Banshees almost camping out in their half, just getting free pressure all day like it's a sample at a Costco.
They definitely got to be careful with that, as that pressure can quite easily and within a matter of seconds turn into goals. But we've just been seeing some midfield ping pong back and forth as both teams really can't get any sort of offense generated in this past 30 seconds. Parallax is up, though, trying to make something happen, but Chillin' is going to 50 with him. As the ball is sent to the corner, Ruby is going to 50 with Fear the Beard. Parallax missing his touch in the midfield, but Fear the Beard is there. Looks like Ruby bumped Chillin' right there. Chillin' might have been able to get a good touch. Chillin' off the sidewall. Finds the second touch off the backboard, and he's able to get it past the defender and sneak it in.
Chillin' just taking the whole team. I mean, Ruby kind of screwed him out of an open net. He said, you know what? If I don't get the open net, I'm just going to 1v2 and beat two guys and take my own open net.
Good persistence right there from Chillin' as he's able to follow the ball and just bully it into that net, putting his team up 2-0, just under 2 minutes left on the clock. Faded definitely going to have to find something here as they're down. Dan is up, but Dan's just barely going to miss that. The perfect opportunity for Faded to get some momentum. I Fear the Beard was almost let that go in. It looked like he was miscalculating how fast it was going. As a third man myself, I've done that many times, and it always feels bad when you think the ball is moving not as fast as it is Seabiscuit, but then you realize, oh my goodness, Parallax is going to come out of nowhere and bang that in.
And Dan getting a nice little pinch out right there to Parallax and chilling, just not quite able to read it, while Parallax says, here, I'll take you to the library and I'll show you how to read the backboard, and gets himself a goal.
I like that. I would like to go to the library myself because I cannot read those backboards for anything, Seabiscuit.
They're a very hard book to crack, I'll tell you what.
And it also doesn't happen when your IQ is 75 like mine. But regardless, 1 minute left. Banshees up by 1. Faded needs to find something right here, right now, as time is winding down. They really can't drop this game 2, as it's going to put them on their heels and make them have to reverse sweep the Banshees. 40 seconds left, and they're not able to make anything happen yet. As Chillin is going to pop it up to the mid. Parallax is going to find the touch in his own corner. I Fear the Beard follows it. Fakes flying high. Tries to get it past Chillin, but Chillin's going to find the touch. Over to Parallax. Parallax misses his second touch, but Dan's going to send it out of the corner to the mid. I Fear the Beard is going to keep the pressure. Dan is up, tries to find the angle, but just barely misses it. Parallax going to try and keep the pressure, but it gets sent out. Less than 10 seconds left. They need something right here, right now. Parallax is going to keep it out of danger. The ball needs to get kept up for Faded to find this second game. Oh, and Flying High is going to find the touch and find the 0-second goal.
And that's just a little added insult to injury by there, but a great shot by Flying, really just showing them like, hey, you're not the only ones who want a 0-second goal. I do too, because I want that MVP right now.
Definitely adding salt to the wound as Flying High pads his stats a little bit right there at the end. Both teams, honestly, I feel like just like in game 1, that was really good. Even though the goal difference was just a little bit more this time, I feel like Faded still played really well in that game, Seabiscuit.
They did, and they gave themselves a chance at the end, just weren't able to capitalize. And they have a lot of good looks and a lot of moments they could capitalize. Banshees are not known for not double committing. They have a lot of double commits, and if Faded can just seek out those double commits, weather the storm of the Banshees' pressure, they could really find a lot of open nets, and they could really turn the series around. And who knows, maybe we'll get lucky, and just like last series we got to watch here on Nemesis with Grandmasters and Gravity, Grandmasters almost reverse swept there too. So
that is very true, and I think that it is possible for Faded to reverse sweep this situation. So hopefully they'll turn it around, and like you were saying, at the very least, we will get a game 5, and if it could go into overtime, that would just be even better.
Yeah, at least 20 minutes of overtime in game 5 is what I'm feeling.
At least 20 minutes. I mean, is that a record? Let's just go ahead and set a record. I don't even think Nemesis has an OT record, but we're about to set it with 20 minutes. As we get into this game 3 right now, Banshees being up 2-0 in the series. This is the match point for them, and if they win right here, they will sweep the series. So Faded looking as much as they can. Faded actually putting a Bachman back in over Dan the Man. Dan complaining a little bit about some lag issues. So maybe they thought, we'll go back to a Bachman, as a Bachman actually popped off in the first match. I'm sure you remember, Seabiscuit.
I ain't going to forget that for a long time.
Well, right now, a little under a minute having gone by, neither team being able to find. Oh, as I say that, Flying High being able to sneak one past the defender.
Yeah, and Flying High just put an awkward ball that Bachman couldn't read and caught I Fear the Beard on his back foot, and he just almost got the save, but just not enough car. Maybe in the Dominus he would have saved that one.
So close, but unfortunately this is Rocket League. This is not horseshoes or hand grenades, so close does not count here.
But we do have goal explosions.
We do have goal explosions. and a goal implosion. One.
You just imploded my mind.
Oh my gosh. I fear the beard with a good save right there. Flying high, coming in with a heater on net. Parallax in the midfield is going to send it down. A Bachman was up trying to find the redirect, but just narrowly misses. But I fear the beard almost put it on net, and a Bachman. How did he have enough time to rotate back?
If he even rotated out, to be fully honest with you, I think he was just like, you know what? I feel like staying in the box today, and it was a good choice to stay in the box because he got a bucket. I know this ain't hoops, but I'm going to call it a bucket.
A bucket, I like it. Bachman stayed in the box and procured a bucket.
And a Bachman bucket.
A Bachman bucket is flying high. Finds a 50 in the midfield. Chillin' Beast is able to get it past the defenders, but not able to get it out of the corner. Ruby finds it in the midfield. Goes up, fakes a Bachman. He's going to take control of it, sends it out, but Parallax is going to pinch it with him. Chillin', keeping the pressure for Banshees. 3 minutes left on the clock. 1-1. Banshees taking this match will sweep the series, but you can tell Faded is absolutely not willing to let that happen. They put one on net. A Bachman looked like he was trying for the redirect, but might have inadvertently saved his own team's shot right there. I fear the beard, trying to slow things down a bit. A Bachman is going to send it over. Chillin' Beast keeping the pressure for Banshees. 15 with Parallax in the corner. A Bachman in the corner finds the touch, sent out flying high, puts it off the backboard. Ruby is there, and he's going to put it in.
Highlight real plays. I mean, a Bachman just an unfortunate touch out, and flying high says backboard's free real estate, and my teammate is the real estate agent, so they're going to score this deal.
Dirty. Bachman's novice might have been showing a little bit right there. Not that we can hold it against him, because he is, in fact, novice, subbing up for prospect, which means he's playing with people that are quote-unquote better than him. So I'm going to give him as much credit as I possibly can. But Parallax in the midfield is going to send it off the backboard. Chillin' is going to read that and send it out of his defensive zone. Chillin' in the midfield sends it across, but Parallax finding a touch. I fear the beard puts it down. A Bachman is there. He tries to put one on net, but it's wide. Chillin' Beast off the backboard. Parallax keeping the pressure for Faded. It's in front of the net, but Ruby is able to send it over to Chillin' on the sidewall. Chillin' sends it down. Parallax off the sidewall himself. I fear the beard is going to keep the momentum for Faded, trying to get it in front of the net. It was in front of the net, but Parallax just wasn't quite fast enough. And we're getting closer to closer with just 1 minute left. Oh my goodness! Chillin' with a good pass and flying high is going to put it in.
Chillin', great touch to the backboard and flying high. He's shooting low today, and he puts her right down the floor and right into the net.
That's going to put Banshees up on Faded by 2 points. 1:30 left on the clock. Faded absolutely going to have to pull something out right here, or else they're looking at getting swept, which nobody wants to get swept. Nobody wants to get swept, period, but definitely don't want to get swept on stream. Excuse me. 1 letter difference here. I fear the beard in the corner is going to send it down to Parallax. Parallax trying to make something happen, but Chillin' is going to send it out in the midfield. Can he make something happen? He might put one on net. It's wide, though. He finds the second touch to put it back, but a Bachman sends it out. Flying high in the midfield to Chillin'. Off the backboard to Ruby coming in, and that's the second big pass play we're seeing from Banshees in this game.
Yeah, and I think we're going to have to call it Brick Mason or something, because that backboard's just getting tattered by passes from this Banshees team, and they're just reading all of them. Just shoving it down Faded's throat, and the brooms are starting to move a little bit, so Faded needs to get something going quick.
The brooms are starting to move. 44, now 40 seconds left, and Faded down by 3. They have to absolutely pull their goalie. If you're playing hockey, you want to pull your goalie at this point and just put everybody all in. You have nothing to lose and only goals to gain. As Parallax in the backfield is going to find the touch, trying to find the second touch off the sidewall, and he does. He sends it down. I fear the Beard's going to pop it up. Is anybody there? Bachman is not there. Flying High is going to send it out. Parallax off the sidewall. Less than 10 seconds left, and it's, I believe, mathematically impossible at this point for Faded to win. Banshees only have to let it touch the ground, and there it is. The Banshees are going to take this match in a sweeping fashion.
And a very dominant sweep. Outside of game one, Banshees really just seemed to have control the whole time, and Faded just unable to capitalize on mistakes and making a bunch of their own. But great series by the Banshees, but definitely something Faded could look back on and work on and improve for later in the season, because I'm sure we'll see both of these teams again in the playoffs.
Oh, most definitely. I cannot disagree with that. And even though Bachman subbed up from Novice, he still did an amazing job. But one has to wonder if they had their full roster there the whole time and weren't having ping and internet issues, if this matchup might have turned out a little bit differently.
You want to wonder, but at the same time, Bachman did have the highest score in both matches he played in. So you're unless Dan would have came out and been top fragging the whole time, I don't know if it would have made much difference having Dan there over a Bachman. And that's not a shot at Dan, it's more of a applause to how well Bachman
Banshees
played.
Oh,
and
Bachman and the Banshees both.
Yeah.
Right. I definitely agree with you there. And maybe you're right. We might have seen pretty much the same turnout, as the Banshees absolutely played out of their minds. So congratulations to them on that. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say it, but I believe that's going to wrap us up for the night as we conclude our third match. But as always, Seabiscuit, I always love having you in the booth with me, and I appreciate you coming here and not filling a spot, but you know what I mean, being here with me.
I always like being here with you, Psycho, and I can't wait to cast with you again.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, and I'm sure we're going to have many more in the future. And we are going to have many more games in the future, as this is just Monday. So we only have to wait till Wednesday before we're back with 3 more spicy matches for everybody to watch. And then Saturday Night Rocket League after that. And as always, if you're here and you're new and you're not a part of the Discord, come over, join the Discord. We would love to have you and get you into matches. Even though we're in the mid-season, you can always join the free agency and have a chance of getting picked up. So look into that. We got Twitters. We got all the social media accounts, so definitely look into it. Enjoyed having everybody out here tonight. Everybody have a fantastic night, and we will see you next time.